Hello everyone and welcome to Peter Does Games! And we're looking at Transport Fever 2. And this is the first time that I've looked at this game. So, if it's anything like the first game, then the best, most fun part of it is a free game. We'll probably do the campaign at some point, but for now, let's just go ahead and go into the free game. And after we see some of the differences, then I'm going to jump into the campaign after that. Alright, and let's see here. We've got different map seas. We can do temperate, dry, or tropical. Just see what the differences are as it shows up on here. So not too bad. Okay, I'm thinking I might go with a dry one. And I also like, oh, these are the number of industries, number of towns, map format. I like the big ones, so I'm going to go like this, with the very large. And then we'll put in high and high, I think. I honestly have no clue what that's going to do. And yes, when I say this is the first time looking at it, this literally is the first time looking at it. You got to see everything that I've seen in this game so far. With me playing it anyway. I've seen a couple of videos on the YouTube with a couple of players playing the game. But we're just gonna see what this one is. So we can play as Europe, USA, or Asia. Played as both of these in the original one, but yeah, let's go ahead and try Asia. We'll put it on medium for now, and we'll see how difficult that is. Might need to change it later, but we got to start at the oldest starting point to build up everything. So let's just go ahead and start this now. Of course, it could be a while for loading screens. This is me from the future. This loading screen took forever. Let's speed it up 20 times faster. Oh, the loading screen lasted longer than the song did. Got the music going at least. Yeah, that took over 5 minutes. Alright, here we go. So, again, first time in the game, so I'm going to actually pay attention to this stuff. So, welcome. Provide the world with the transport infrastructure it needs and make a fortune with transport services. Watch your trains run on rails, your buses and trucks thunder along roads, your ships power through the water, and your planes soar through the skies. Carry people on their way to work or shopping, deliver the required cargo items to the towns, and be the reason towns grow and thrive. If you need help, click on the question mark button. It will provide you further information on the menus and windows. Even easier is the entry into the game through the campaign. Have fun! So tip, click, and hold the right mouse button and move the mouse to move the camera. Yeah, that makes sense. And middle mouse button does this as well. So the first thing that we want to do is let's close that window and let's just see what we've got out here. So we've got some oil industry over here. Actually, yeah, that's an oil well. And then over here we have the refinery. So we can ship oil back and forth through here. And then we can make chemical plants. So here's a potential area. Got another oil well over here. Here's a potential area where we can get some oil production going. But this would then produce these plastic, and we would need to find a place to put plastic. There's some stuff over here. And yeah, whenever you're starting the game, the first thing you want to do is just kind of take a look around. This is a completely random seed, so I have no clue what kind of stuff I'll be getting. I'm just looking, here's where we can make some fuel. And the reason I picked the 1:3 aspect ratio for the map is because you can kind of do a big loop up one side, down the other with your rails and things like that, and kind of get everything going in between all the towns that way. So here's some food that goes over to food processing. Is there a town nearby that wants food though? This looks like it wants goods, yeah, and then fuel. Got a lot of food. Could be processed, and this is close to a river, so we can then ship it. We need to find a town that wants to have food. I just realized time is going, so let me go ahead and pause that. Doesn't really hurt anything yet, especially because I guess there's a new option. Find, yeah, right here where we can change this down to not change the date at all as we're going through. So then we can get our infrastructure going and set in place before we advance time. So I'll just do that for now. On there, what was I looking for? I was looking for a town that needed food, I think. Here's one. Now last time in Transport Fever 1, all the towns needed all of the items. This one's going to be, actually, right here we can do a food because we got farm, and then we can make bread and then ship it right back here to Tehran. Get rid of that tilted too. So this might be a good spot to start with, just to get a little bit of capital going. And I'll do that. So what you're going to want to do, I'm going to start off with trucks in here, and let's see, some cargo. Actually, this is going to be the rail, right? Water. Yeah, so this is road. Again, got to get used to the new ones here. Let's see. I'll do the truck station. This. You go in here really quick. Settings. It's been a while since I've done this. So control. I think it's the M and M keys that rotate it. Let's get back over here. You guys get to learn with me. Yeah, M and N. Okay, so we can put this over here where it will pull from that farm. Now let's go over here. That. And then what we want to do, get a new line. I'll go from here to there. Oh, I got an achievement. First line. Yay. Let's go ahead and rename this. This is going to be Tehran. Actually, that's going to be the last. Actually, yeah, I do want the Tehran. This would be farm to food. And then let's see if Tehran is actually hooked up by road, and it is. So it comes across, we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to want to put another station down in here, and let's see up here. This probably let's see how we want to get that. This one gears. Get back over So the food is more down on this side here. I think this would actually get everything that we need. Let's go ahead and new line here up to there. This is going to be food delivery. Let's call that. I'll come up with better names later. But now that we've got both of these, we're going to need a truck depot. And as long as we've got, you don't have to put it in instantly. So let me see. This is the tram. This is the road depot. Let me zoom in a bit. Oh. Still getting used to these controls. It's nice that you can zoom in this close, though. That's how close I view myself in the mirror. And now we want to buy vehicles. So go on here. To start with, this does passengers, so we don't want that. We want this, which will give us cargo. So we can buy them for 24,000. Let's go ahead and buy 5 to start with. And then we're going to put all of these onto the farm to food. More vehicles, and I'm going to buy 10. Oh, make sure we're on the right thing. Yeah, so we definitely want those. Buy for 10. And then we're going to put all of these onto food delivery. Now I want more on there because of how long that they will have to go. So go ahead and start the game moving. And the part that's always fun is let's go ahead and do that. So now we've got cargo item waiting, so let's see. Yeah, here's where we can do the first person even. These fancy horses. Honestly, this part is where I get the most fun from the game, is just getting in really close and watching. On the auto save. And I think all of these are going down for the food, so they're not picking up anything. As soon as we see people starting to pick up, which this one looks like it might be, yep, so it's picking up. Yeah, there we go. Earned that achievement there too. Let's go ahead and follow this one. So this is going to be our first delivery over to the production. See more stuff getting produced over there. And actually, I think we can go it's a little bit faster. I mean, the horse looks kind of ridiculous at this speed, but it's going to take too long if I wait. I do like watching at the full speed, but I think that would kind of make a boring Let's Play video. So I'll go ahead and watch him at full speed here for now. I like this fake world as well. Lots of awesome mountains around. The graphics on this are, yes, definitely much better than they were on the previous version, which is to be expected. Alright, now we're catching up here, so let me go back to real speed. This is where we're going to do our first drop-off in the farm over there. We'll start building stuff for us. And as you can see right now, we're currently hemorrhaging a lot of money because we're just getting everything started up. Here, let's zoom back a little bit. And that's going to drop some stuff off. And we just got our first cash back. So while that's doing that, now we can look over here. We're starting to produce food. And what's going to happen here is now we have this food here. This guy, after he drops off his stuff, will be able to pick up the food that's already been produced. And so he will actually be able to carry this stuff back. So he's got 2, and we'll worry about how to set up the lines later. For now, we're going to leave this the way they currently are set up. And we'll work on line optimization later. I'm actually probably going to start a different map completely if I'm going to do a full-on Let's Play once I get to that point. In fact, I'll probably just start with running the missions that are provided in this. A little bit rusty on the controls here, so it'll be nice to get back into the swing of things by doing the various missions that they provide. I mean, that's why they're there and all. And as you can see, we're still on April 2nd. But the expenses and all that stuff go through as if it was during a normal time. It's just that only the date is not proceeding, which is good, because this lets us get everything up and running before we have to worry about replacing everything, upgrading the lines to new vehicles from the new stuff that we've unlocked. It's got quite a bit of the crops here. And there's where we dropped off. So I should scoot over here. And now we're starting to get this in. We'll need to wait for a pickup from town to return to actually pick this stuff up. As you can see right now, we've got 77 of these, and food delivery, we got 9. So we're getting quite a bit of this. The more vehicles we put on, the more it can ship out. And of course, it also depends on how we level up the different factories over there and everything. And of course, line optimization, all of that stuff. In any case, I think for a first episode, this isn't too bad. I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. You guys have a wonderful day.